Morning, everyone. So I'm Jin. I'm from Singapore Pools. So yeah, like what Aaron has just also mentioned, I'm here to talk about really the journey to conquer the uncertain world with the enterprise architect. So it's like, does it sound like mission impossible? So I'll kind of be sharing in terms of how Singapore Pools embark on the digital EA journey, some of the current trends, challenges that we see in the market, and also, of course, what are the SPPL or rather our Singapore Pools challenges, where we are now, some of the lessons learned that we can share, and the next step that we are actually taking. So, but before I go into that, maybe we just switch a little bit. Allow me to talk a little bit about Singapore Pools, who we are, and what do we do. So carry on. So here shows in terms of Singapore Pools, of course, we are not for profit organization, and we are kind of a fully owned subsidiary of Topboard, which we report to the Ministry of Finance. And as you can see from here, our vision is actually to provide the world-class responsible gaming company trusted by the customer and valued by our community. And of course, one of our mission is actually also to provide a safe and trusted platform for to counter the illegal gambling. As you can also see from here that our products and services are regulated by the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Ministry of Social and Family Development. So these are our products that are currently offered by Singapore Pools. In terms of responsible gaming, as I've also mentioned previously, that's one of our vision also. We are one of the 4 in the Asia Pacific to be awarded the level 4 higher certification under the World Lottery Association for Responsible Gaming Framework since 2021. So I think others are like Hong Kong Jockey Club, New Zealand, and also, of course, Korea. In terms of the partnership with the national agents, as you can see from here, we also partner with the National Council on Gaming, Problem Gambling, and also the National Crime Prevention Council. Just going a little bit of how we channel our money, or rather, yeah, to the collection towards the national and social causes. So as of FY 19-20, out of the 8.9 billion, actually 70% of the collection goes back to winnings as prizes, and 22% of that goes to the taxes. And of course, I think 5% of it goes to the Topboard, which goes back to the charity. And of course, just only 3% is part of the Singapore Pools operating expenses. So just want to also quickly go through in terms of some of the community values that we are doing. As you can see from here, I think through iShine, we have several of this community value creation, which includes iShine Cloud, that provides the other charities with the affordable and integrated suites of the solutions via the secure cloud platform. We also have this iShine space, which we leverage on Pools real estate space for the HQ and retail network to do charity work after the operating hours. We are also leveraging on the Pools iShine people, leveraging on the Singapore Pools human capital to create the skilled volunteers and the iShine sports, kind of to provide the sports activities for those at risk or underprivileged children and the youth in schools and the community. So these are kind of the various things that we have done or are still doing. So this is kind of the projects that Singapore Pool has participated during the COVID-19. As you can see from the distribution of the food to the, of course, the volunteering project, giving out the check. So as of now, we have contributed 1 million to support the affected communities. So before I actually go into the actual challenges and stuff, just wanted to take a quick look at, why Singapore Pools actually embark on this whole journey, and how the senior stakeholder, what are their wish and wants, how they feel, whether or not there is a need for this whole transformation. So this is a quote from our CEO, Mr. Lam Chi Wing. So basically, he mentioned here that it is crucial to align the business strategy vision with the information technology and with the rapid changes in the business need and enhanced approach to EA that is sustainable and encompass the whole SPPL in the long run will be required. So to me, if you were to ask, transformation is not a one-man's journey. So it requires the management support and the whole organization to actually participate in it. So as you can see from here, we have a strong commitment and support from our CEO. Next, we have Mr. Yo Teck Wan, who is our Chief Business Technology Officer in Singapore Pools. He feels that in order for IT to drive the business innovation through technology adoption, and the way forward is to have a digital enterprise architect that provides the organization with a clear map of our enterprise. Through that, I think we will then be able to identify, analyze dependency and impact when doing the strategic decision. And of course, through that, there's also opportunities to identify new capabilities for our businesses. So I can say that with the rapid speed of digitalization is imperative for the EA team to transform. So some of the challenges that are faced by most of the organization, I've actually done some research in terms of what Gartner actually look in terms of the challenges faced by the EA leader. So as you can see from here, this is a survey that is done by Gartner. So it's a future of business outcome-driven enterprise survey conducted in 2020. So there are actually 3 challenges. So first challenge is that the EA leaders must reposition the EA practice and the outcome and value add. I think this is pretty much very touched on in the earlier discussion also, really moving away to seeing that EA is an IT thing and kind of looking it more from a business value perspective. So we can see from here some of the things that is required is to create a clear message on what EA is and how it can actually add value to the organization. So the challenge 2, as you can see from here, driven by business, the speed to digital picks up the pace. I guess that what we can see from here, the most notable outcome from the COVID-19 is the acceleration of companies to go digital. As we can see from here, we are seeing a lot of businesses kind of implementing this digitalization platform almost overnight or within a few days because of the need of people working from home or working from remote. So there is this thing noted by these Gartner clients that all this remote working kind of needs automation for business processes. So there is therefore there's a need for EA to actually transform. So the third challenge here is the new way of working, and deliverables is needed. As the focus of the EA shifts from IT organization to business, the type of deliverables needed are different. So the EA team now needs to not only just implement, execute, also like what Paul has also mentioned, there's also the need to do stakeholder management. So there's also a need for them to analyze and practice, and then the competency needs to be upgraded in order to support all the business stakeholder. Okay. So here in terms of what are the main challenges faced by SPPL, not very different from other organizations. What we face is that there's a lot of intensive solutioning effort required by the EA architecture. Basically also resulting from the lack of usability architectural objects. Also in terms of standardization in terms of the architecture modeling. We also lack the perhaps the end-to-end impact analysis from all EA perspective. I think the most crucial one is of course the last point, where it's the scope creep resulting in unavailability of the business requirements prior to the solutioning. So that's something which we face during project time. And of course, it's something where also why we decided that we have to embark on this EA transformation. Okay. So as you can see from here, I think this is quite a typical scenario that may be faced by a lot of organizations where we have limited visibility on the downstream impact. So in this case, if there is a change in the front-end architecture, perhaps, sometimes it may impact the downstream back-end architecture. But a lot of times, we are only able to realize that there is such gap or such impact only after the change has been deployed into production. So to us, this is rather reactive. So we want to kind of be more proactive to be able to do predictive even analysis, or even to understand if there's any potential risk and impact even before it is actually being deployed into the production. So some of the future trends. So here we can see that Gartner also kind of mentioned that the EA will shift towards more of internal management consultancy. A lot to do with business value, a lot to do with stakeholder management. So it's a lot to do with reframing and rebranding of the EA practice. I think here we say that the aim is actually to provide a clear definition of what EA is, how it works, and how it will add value. Essentially, I think it's internal management consulting is the way that people think about EA. It's mostly how people will also think of the Big Four who does the consultancy. So the other perspective is, of course, the alignment, as we have always say, the alignment from the organization vision to the IT architecture for the traceability purposes and also the impact analysis. As you can see from here, it's also essential to actually embrace the digital EA using the TOGAF framework, as the value we can have stated also here mainly is to be able to do the perform the impact analysis at the EA level across all the architectural domain. Of course, it's also to empower the project and domain architects to perform or practice the EA, digital EA. This is also to us a career progression for our staff. Also in terms of the skill set enhancement for our domain architect. The ultimate ones that we want to do is to reduce the project solutioning requirement effort, allow the all the SMEs, the PMO, and of course the architect to collaborate. And of course, the last one is to obtain the high-level requirements prior to project kickoff. So this is one of the challenges that I've spoke about, that to prevent any incorrect or misalignment to the business requirement. So this is how we embark on the digital EA journey in Singapore Pools. Okay, so here is what is it actually required for us. So I've actually broken it into three main categories, mainly the tools, the process enhancement, and of course the people. Okay, so we need a tool to standardize, and of course to create the digital EA blueprint to link up all the architectural domains within SPPL. The next thing is actually in terms of the process enhancement. We have framework, but of course, as we have also mentioned, that we need to continuously improve in terms of the framework. Also in Singapore Pools, we have also this architectural governance committee. The purpose is actually to govern, to ensure that there is this architectural assurance. So through all this digital transformation, we have also included more checkpoints to make sure that whether it's a project or is it a BAU enhancement, any changes to the architecture actually will then follow the defined architectural framework or the blueprint. So the next one, or the last one, which is always the most important, the people. We also encourage our solution and domain architect to take on more solutioning role. Of course, we want to also break down the silo among the team, such that they will have a closer collaboration, of course, among the business and also the project the domain, and of course the application team. The last one is of course the training that is provided if there's new tools or framework that the people needs to upgrade their skill set. And of course, I think Paul also mentioned in terms of the need for the people to kind of learn more of stakeholder management, so and to speak more of a business language rather than IT. So the next one is the strengthening of the end-to-end traceability. I guess this is also very crucial as we speak about the main purpose of us doing the transformation. What we want to do is to ensure that this end-to-end connectivity, right from the vision to the outcome that we want from all the IT projects and initiative, ultimately the outcome must tie back to the business capabilities, the strategy, and of course then the vision. So the first step for us is, of course, to establish the EA framework to enhance the EA capability, which then includes the following. Of course, it includes the development methodologies and the various frameworks and the EA reference architecture, as you can see from this diagram. So this is kind of the digital EA alignment of a business and IT. So we can see from here is that the implementation of this on the left top corner, we talk about the framework that we have been using, which is TOGAF, and of course the importance of tools and digital repository, which is this design, and the skill set and the notation that must be standardized. And of course, I think the center portion, what we are seeing from here is the framework that is standardized and used across the organization. The need to use the correct tool and the digital repository to ensure the proper versioning. And of course, I think the skill set of the EA team and the notation to be used has to be also defined. As we always say that this whole initiative or transformation is not just like a project that we do and we complete and we leave it there. So this whole bubbles show in terms of the start and of course the continuous improvement that has to go on throughout the years. Okay, and this on the left, on the right hand side are the different layers in terms of the architectural view that we will actually be building in the system. Okay, so this is what I've been kind of mentioning just now in the previous slide also. I think collaboration is crucial for the success of this EA transformation. So we actually have a focus group that works together. As you can see from here, this is our main EA team, and we have the fleet of architectures within it. We have also then the business architecture working with the SME to actually get the business requirement and any of the business initiative that moving forward the organization is going to embark on. And of course, at the back end here, we also have our architects working with the domain expertise, which is then mainly from, let's say, our infrastructure team or our application team. Okay. So this is in terms of the tools information. So we need a single tool, a tool that provide us with a single source of truth, where all the architects, whether or businesses, will be using this repository for any of the business process updates or even any of the architectural updates. So this is this is a prototype kind of to show how the visibility of the downstream impact. That we need to be more proactive and not reactive in planning, as we shown in the previous slide. This one actually shows you how, right from the strategy to the capability, and then linking to the applications and also to the business processes, right down to the data and also the technology and security. So for us, we have not only drawn out or model the technology view within this whole architectural view, but we have also implemented or modeled the security portion of it within it, so that if there is any architectural change that's required, Any architects would then know what are the possible business processes, data or application or security portion that they need to take care of, or where are the possible impact areas, as you can see from the diagram here. So this is in terms of our digital journey. Of course, I think we started with building the framework. I always like to call it the house. So we like to build the structure of it, of course, to equip also our people with the right skill set, so that they can actually support this moving forward new framework and meta model. The next one is, of course, to define the EA repository. And of course, the framework governance and processes. So we also went on to pilot this whole thing with a sizable scope to validate the EA model, the meta data, and then of course the digital EA repository, the governance, and also the process lifecycle. So this is the third one. We actually did use one of the business initiative to also test out in terms of the framework and the structure that we have set off in step 1 and 2. Okay. So of course, as we also mentioned, we need to also cultivate the enterprise-wide digital EA practice as a continuous digital transformation. It doesn't just stop after the implementation of this as a project. So of course, the last step here is what we are trying to do. So to continue to drive the digital transformation innovation by leveraging on and enhancing the digital EA capability. So what are the the lesson learned and the next step that the PULS will embark on? So the lesson learned for us is that, of course, again, is the support from our management and, of course, our stakeholders, our businesses. The next one is actually to form a dedicated and focused team from the various domains, from businesses, from application team, from infra team, or even from the data team. Okay. And the third one is, of course, to equip the EA with the competency and the training. The fourth one is actually to do some continuous benchmarking, as you should look at the industry trends, the best practices, and to bring it from outside in approach. The fifth one is, of course, as you want to embark, you want to try out and run a POC, you should actually do certain POC to ensure that the platform, the tool that you are using is suitable for the organization. And of course, in terms of the partners that you're going to work with. So of course, the last one is start small, but think big. This is something which we have also adopted. We have run a POC, but we are still continuing the whole transformation process. So some of the milestone achievement as of now. So we have put in the processes, the governance, and the interaction model for the EA function. As I've also mentioned, we have already piloted one of the business initiative. We have collaborated with business to work on the business project. We model it from the organization vision right down to the capabilities, the business processes, and the various architectural layers. So this was actually a very successful model that we have showcased to our senior management, that it actually does help the EA team a lot in terms of supporting the future business initiatives. So what is our next step? Of course, I think for us is that it's still huge. We are still in the process to complete the transformation for the whole digital EA repository, to basically continue to model the whole Singapore PULS architecture within this repository. And of course, as we model, definitely there will be a need for us to do the enhancement and refinement of the processes as we go. So ultimately, I think the goal, as we have stated here, we aim to establish the enterprise adoption for digital EA as a culture in driving continuous digital transformation. So thank you. So I just want to, I put a note here also. We have one of our infra architect, Nelson, in the second discussion panel. So of course, you can channel any of your questions in regards to our Singapore PULS EA transformation journey. Yep.
Great, thank you so much, Jean, I think your experience, your insight, I think has been very, very relevant. For those, I think I saw quite a number of comment and the question about how do we start small. I think Jean presentation, you might want to rewind it and then replay. I think all are very valuable advice and already proven working. Okay, so you don't need to read from the book or website. Just get someone nearby, and I don't know if you necessary, you can just go and visit Singapore Pool, but don't go to the counter, go to their headquarters. All right, Jean, thank you so much. And
Bye.